Here's one piece of advice that I'm going to be giving to innovation teams for all of 2025, which is don't fall in love with your ideas. Falling in love with your ideas is one of the worst things you can do because the moment you fall in love with your ideas, you start working on it, you start refining it, then you get attached to it, and now you don't want to change it, right? But what we know is that people can't pick the winning ideas on day one. The best way to find winning ideas is to have loads of ideas. So, if you have an idea, you test it, you iterate on it, you change direction, you until you find something that actually works. And so if you fall in love with your idea, then it's a real problem for you. In fact, the research actually shows that creative people, they're kind of too close to their ideas to really make a judgment about what's going to work and what's not going to work, right? When you're too close to something, you can't really see it. So research by Justin Berg, for example, shows that creators, compared to managers, are better at judging the likely success of somebody else's idea versus their own idea, right? And so you can see the challenge there because you're too close to your ideas. Psychologist Dean Simonson also did some research and found out that creative geniuses such as Beethoven were really bad at judging which one of their ideas or which one of their songs or creations was actually going to be a hit. In fact, Beethoven is actually known for having his favorite pieces, the ones that he really liked, not being the ones that became, really popular in posterity. So the ones that are played now, the ones that are more common now, were not the ones that Beethoven thought would be successful or were his favorite pieces. And so just thinking about that, thinking about creative geniuses, thinking about your own life, thinking about your own work, it becomes quite obvious that it's really hard for us to pick what's really going to be successful and what's not going to be successful. And so the discipline is to not fall in love with your ideas. Now, that's a very interesting challenge, of course, if you're an entrepreneur or an innovator, because you do need to be passionate about something, to keep working on it when it doesn't look like it's going to be successful. So you need to be able to push, you need to be able to drive, and you need to be able to be motivated to kind of work through the dark hours. But we're saying do that and also don't fall in love with the idea. And that paradox and resolving that paradox is what makes people entrepreneurs or successful entrepreneurs, what makes people successful innovators. And so that's going to be the piece of advice that I give you to start 2025. And I'll give you that advice again in the middle of 2025 and at the end of 2025. Do not fall in love with your ideas.